Welcome from around the world to our very first of relaunching the daily Zoom calls as we are seeing a growth across so many different markets, so many different teams are coming on board, so many different languages now, so many people that have been in are starting to wake up to what exactly is happening to this Pop Max opportunity, something that has been a sleeping giant, and I think it is waking up, and we are getting to see that happen in real time. For those of you guys that have been following the journey in our Team Telegram, YouTube channel, Facebook group, you may have seen the gradual journey of crossing 100, 200, 300, 400, $500 a day. And then from 500, it gets very interesting because it just began to really grow at a exponential rate, as someone says, a income escalator. Let me show you, not tell you, what happened from the day that I crossed 500 in this opportunity. The next day was $528. The day after that, $563. The day after that, $580, and then crossing $600. I'll explain how this happens and why the income tends to go in this direction day by day. And then we have the day after crossing 600, 649, 666, 676, 692, and then over 700. And then here's the numbers from 7 to 8, 8 to 9. And ultimately, now we are at a point where, if you've been following the Telegram channel, crossed $1,500 a day, 1589. Most possibly tomorrow going to cross $1,600 a day. So let's dive into what is happening here. What is this project? Why is it now beginning to take um, some growth and momentum across so many different markets? And it has to do with a lot of things that have been smoothed out, made ready for the growth in the English markets, which it wasn't always ready for the English markets. It was been predominantly growing in Southeast Asia, predominantly four countries: Vietnam, South Korea, Japan, and China. In fact, I just came back with a business partner from the South Korea event, which is the second international event that happened. This is our team Telegram, and you can go in there and see some of the pictures and videos from the Pop Max Global Expose that happened there. This is a China team right there, and so many other pictures that were captured, so many other great talks. And it was just a phenomenal event that showed how much it's underrepresented in the English markets. And for example, we got to see our great upline here, low key, showing his three accounts on stage, of which on the smallest account, he's making 2,650 something dollars. On his medium size account, making $5,008 per day. And his large account, which actually looks like a phone number, it's 123598923 with the decimal point. So that's $12,000 per day, collectively over $20,000 per day. So how is this happening with global teams? Amy here is a big leader in South Korea. This is Peter in Sweden. This is Loki, and so much else. So I say all of that for you to pay attention to what we're going to discuss today, because this room was full of 900 plus people from not necessarily all over the world, predominantly Southeast Asia, predominantly four countries, and a sprinkle of a few leaders from a few other countries, greatly underrepresenting the global international markets. And that's where we come in, and that's where our opportunity is to take this to our respective communities. So with that, let's dive into the basic understanding of what this is. Let me start out with explaining their blockchain side project that has been in the works for 2+ years. Actually, if you go to their Instagram of Pop Social, which is their Web3 AI social media platform that they're bringing to the market, they've been posting since October of 2022, the Instagram for Pop Social. Pop Social is, imagine combining TikTok with the blockchain, and you have something that can reward the individual user, not just the content creator. You have AI integration, you have Web3 decentralization, you have social finance and the redistribution of profits, decentralized and permissionless content ownership. You actually get to own your privacy, own your content, and it's on-chain content, decentralized cloud storage, a lot of the things that modern technology allows. If you think about the big social media platforms such as, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that stuff, there is now technology that would allow them to redistribute some portion of your contribution to their platform to you. They're just not doing it. But do you think and do you believe that your time, your engagement, your attention is worth something? Because these current social media platforms are making billions of dollars from you engaging on their platform. Think about it this way. If there were only content creators on the platform and no content consumers, would there be advertisers paying these platforms so much to get in front of you? No, you also bring the value by consuming the content, and you should be rewarded. And that's what Pop Social believes. And when they did their beta launch last year, they had over 500,000 registered users. They've gotten to see that there's great market reception. And so this year, sometime they're going to be releasing the live version of it where you can log in with your wallet address. You can do things like NFT synthesis and the transparency of the blockchain combined with social media that normally we don't have. And that is the uniqueness. Now, is this going to take over and become, the number one social media platform? I don't think it needs to. It doesn't even need to be in the top 10. There's so many social media platforms outside of the ones that we use that have their niche of people. So that's their blockchain project. Now, what happened at the beginning of this year, January 20th, is they opened up their marketing arm, their community building arm called Pop Max. And what they put in place is, well, to reward users, they have a token on their platform called PPT. If you can imagine TikTok making their own token, TikTok token, then that's kind of synonymous to what this is. And so now, does their token only exist on their platform? Who's giving credibility to their token? Is it listed anywhere? And that was the main selling point for me. More than all the talks and all the theoretics, the fact that they were listed on CoinMarketCap at the time, even under 10 cents. When I got in, it was 8 cents. Now it's 35 cents. When I got in, there was trading less than $1 million of volume per 24 hours. Now it's consistently 5, 6, $7 million per day. Beyond being listed on CoinMarketCap, where else are they? They are on 4 of the top 10 exchanges in the world. Bybit, if you don't know, is the second largest exchange in the world. Behind who? None other than Binance themselves. BitGet, Mexi, Gate.io is also amongst the top 10 exchanges in the world. So already from day one, not theoretical, not on their white paper, not on their vision board and roadmap of someday we hope to be on some exchanges that you might not normally know about. From day one, they were listed on these major exchanges when they opened their door January 20th for this marketing side, for the Pop Max side. So already, for those of us that are looking for credibility, for those of us that are team builders that want to be able to point to something outside of, our Zoom with the CEO or this and that, to be able to point to something on the blockchain and say, go look at it for yourself, go examine the transactions yourself, go see their trading volumes, go to Bybit and see. For example, let's go to Bybit, actually, again, second largest exchange in the world. In the last 24 hours, they have traded just on Bybit exchange alone, PPT/USDT, $2.2 million. And it's growing, and the community is growing. Now, while Pop Social, the social media side, has had over 500,000 registered beta users, the Pop Max side has about 30,000 users. And that's where we are. Now, how have they incentivized team growth? Through a staking model, through allowing people to start earning the token of the platform called PPT. You can begin to stake for as little as $100 on any decentralized wallet like MetaMask, BitGet, SafePal, Trust Wallet, Token Pocket, anything that has Binance Smart Chain for as little as 100 USDT BEP20, and you can choose how long you want to stake for. Could be as little as 10 days for 0.4% a day, 30 days, 0.5% a day, 90 days, 0.6% a day, 180 days, 0.8% a day, 360 days, 1% a day. This is the rough monthly calculation. But of course, if you're doing the 10-day staking, you'd get the 0.4% per day. And at the end of the 10 days, you get your principal back. You're able to withdraw your principal. There's no fee on withdrawing your principal. There is a 10% fee on profits and commission withdrawal, of which 90% of that 10% withdrawal fee actually goes back to a secondary income stream that I'll show you once we dive into the back office. Now, what's also interesting about this is that not only do you get paid daily, you withdraw daily, not just one time a day, as many times as you reach the minimum amount of earnings, which is 100 PPT, which meaning based on their token price changes. When it was 8 cents, it was $8. Now it's 35 cents, so that's $35. But there's another way to actually do internal transfer and withdraw in a different way as well. I'll show you. The withdrawals are processed within 1 minute. I mean, we have been through so much when it comes to withdrawals. The delays, the 24 hours. I mean, we're living in a crypto era. Shouldn't we be getting paid with the technology of modern times? And that's one of the beauties. It's the oxygen of any platform is how quickly from when we click that withdraw button do we see the money in our control. And I absolutely love it. In fact, I'm going to demonstrate it live here with you guys, that instant withdrawal feature. And on this flyer, also, you can see what gives this credibility is the fact that they're listed on these major exchanges. Also, if you start today, you earn exactly 24 hours from the moment you do the staking. So those are some of the key highlights of it. To distill it even further, we have a completely passive opportunity where after the 10% withdrawal fee, you're looking at netting 27% a month without recruiting, without compounding. Now, if you were to do any of that, of course, that accelerates these numbers, but just passive and withdrawing daily, looking at 27% net if you do the 360-day 1%. Minimum to start is just $100. We earn each and every day of the week, not just Monday through Friday, 7 days a week. You can withdraw multiple times a day, as many times as you earn the minimum amount. And of course, the withdrawals processed within 1 minute. You get your principal back at the end, which is very refreshing. I mean, it is so nice to see that you get profits, you get commission, and you get your principal back at the end. I've done even a 10-day staking to show what that looks like for those that want to, see their money returned. I have a video on our YouTube channel for that as well. And there's a completely optional check match referral program, which is extremely powerful, which is actually what's allowing me to earn over $1,500 a day because I really like this project. I've seen a lot of projects in this industry. Most of them don't have the credibility that this one has. So already when I talk to big leaders and they ask me, hey, what's different about it? I can just point right there. Go to CoinMarketCap, go check it out for yourself. Go to these exchanges, go check it out for yourself. And then from there, it's a lot easier of a sell because it's not like, oh, did I go and meet with the company or what did they say or who are these guys? It's blockchain based. And that's something that we can really have a strong pillar and foundation. Now, does that remove the risk? No, but it provides the transparency to know that this is a real project with real risk, just like a restaurant or any other physical business or any other online business. There's real risks in business. I would much rather prefer a real risk at something that has the chance of being a sustainable blockchain project. These guys are going to Web3 conferences. They're going to networking events. For example, this is Michael Shen, the CEO of Pop Social. He was interviewed by Bybit at their headquarters, Bybit's headquarters in Dubai. This is last year, not this year, last year, January. I mean, the amount of digital footprint that these guys have is amazing because it shows that they have been working on a real blockchain project for over 2 years. And just now this year that they're ready to release the platform, they're pre-building the community, which is how blockchain or new Web3 projects work, is you build the community as you're releasing your platform. Let's dive into the back office. Let's start with how do you actually make a staking? You click that middle button right there, the colorful button. First of all, you would register with a decentralized wallet using your referral link of the person that has shared this with you. And then once you have registered, you would need to log into your decentralized wallet, and then make sure you have some USDT Binance Smart Chain, which would be right here. And then also on MetaMask, I think USDT is called something like uh, Binance Pegged. It has changed its name, but mainly it's USDT. And then you would need a few dollars of BNB to make the deposit. And then what was an interesting point in the beginning was that they required 50% of the deposit, the minimum being 100. They would require 50% of that 100, let's say $50 here. They would require the other 50 as PPT. Where would you get PPT? Well, you would need to then go to one of these exchanges and create an account, possibly do KYC, and use USDT to buy PPT, which was cumbersome. It really was a friction point for growth because most people don't have those exchanges, and you would need to hop on a Zoom to help your people do all of that. And then what happened was at the very first PopMax event, which happened about 2 months ago in Vietnam, this button was added, automatic proportioning. That eliminated the need for PPT to be involved, and you could make 100% of that deposit, which minimum 100, in fully USDT Binance Smart Chain. The benefit of that is people didn't need an exchange to onboard. They didn't need to, go through that long process to start staking and start earning. Then they could choose the 10-day at 0.4%, the 30-day 0.5%, 90-day at 0.6%, 180-day at 0.8%, or 360-day at 1%, and then slide this to mint an NFT. That NFT is time-stamped from the moment that you create that deposit. For example, made this deposit yesterday, and actually in a few hours I will get the first payout of that. Let's take a look at one that has okay, let me show you something. This is a $5,000 deposit. Half of it is in USDT. Okay, all right there. And the other half, the company used it to purchase PPT out of the circulating supply, and ultimately they're going to be reducing the supply through a burning mechanism from 200 million, which is already pretty reasonable and not that much if you think about it. But out of the PPT that is staked and locked up, 10% of that will go to a burning wallet, and it will get burnt in there, and that will start to reduce the circulating supply. Here is a 10-day staking that completed, and I unlocked it and withdrew it, made a video on that. Here's another one right here, which was a $2,000 staking that also completed because that was for 90 days. Now, let's take a look at some other aspects such as income. Collectively, I've made $63,575. Of course, as you know, your earnings will be based on your efforts and the amount of engagement that you do to grow your business. I've been working diligently on growing this, and that's how I got to $1,589 per day, which is over $10,000 per week at this point. This is in team, you have your rank, you have the personal staking amount, you have your referral code, and by clicking this button, you're able to copy your referral link and grow, and send that out to your teammates. Now, let's go ahead and do a withdraw. So what happens is that when you earn your passive staking income, it automatically goes into a pool. That pool of people that have money or earnings there, they share in on that 10% withdrawal fee. So every day that you earn, that you do not withdraw the money out of the pool, there's nothing you need to do. It automatically goes into the pool. Every day you don't withdraw the money out of the pool, whatever the withdrawal fees were out of the whole company gets shared amongst the people based on how much they have in the pool. So that is how this pool earnings, I've made a total of $627 on, which is profits on my passive and active income. So profits on profits. So with the $275, let's just go ahead and withdraw $100 to go through the example of what is done, how the withdrawal process works. Okay, so you would click on transfer to asset balance, and then I'm going to do 100. There's that 10% withdrawal fee. PUSD is the internal stable coin, and that it means that it's just 1-to-1 with USDT. Now, if I go to assets, I see $90 in my assets in the form of PUSD, which is again internal stablecoin. What can I do with PUSD? I can do one of two things. I can transfer PUSD a minimum of $1 to any wallet in the company. I just need that wallet address transferred in real time, no fees, instant. And so again, remember I was saying about the minimum withdrawal is 100 PPT. If you may not have 100 PPT, you may have, let's say, a few dollars, you can transfer to someone who else who is going to be doing a withdrawal, and they can just add it to their withdrawal. Now, the other thing you can do with PUSD is convert it. You can convert it into PPT, which is what we're going to do. And you're going to get it from, whatever the market value is. So I'm getting 251 PPTs. So now I still have the same $90, but it's in the form of PPT, which is what I can withdraw to my decentralized wallet. So if I let that sit there, it will fluctuate based on the market price. It may go down, it may go up, but the good thing I like about it is that if you don't want to, you don't have to sit and wait and find out. You can sell it on the market immediately, and just get your $90 minus the exchange fee. So we're going to do the withdrawal. Now remember, right here, minimum withdrawal right there, it says 100 PPT. I have 251 PPT. And so I'm going to slide this and withdraw it. I need a little bit of BNB in my wallet to do that. And here we go. I'll open up my BitGet wallet, which is what I'm using. And we'll see that in my wallet, I have a total of 0 PPT, or whatever point something, all these zeros, and 68 PPTs. So we'll see that reflecting just in a few minutes. Yep. Okay, so we'll see the 251 reflecting in under a minute. And by the way, if you don't have PPT in your wallet, you can add PPT by going to wherever you add tokens and typing in PPT. And it's the purple one with the googly eyes. And right here, we should see 251 right there, 251 PPT in my wallet. Under a minute. Now the question is, what can I do with this PPT? What is the use of it? Well, already we can see the value is about $90, which is what I withdrew. I can now either hold on to it for possible market appreciation, and the price may go higher or not. Truthfully, I'm not playing that speculative game of trying to time the market. I'm happy with my $90. You can hold on to it if you wish. You can do half and half, or some combination of holding on to it or whatnot. Or you could sell all of it immediately on one of these exchanges like Bybit, BitGet, Mexi, Gate.io. So you need an account on one of these exchanges to go ahead and sell it. But then we end up in the same place as before, which is the technical difficulties of teaching your team how to open an exchange, how to sell it, and all this other stuff. What has made this process smoother is now being able to swap inside of your decentralized wallet, like MetaMask, like BitGet. You can take the PPT and you can swap it into either BNB here, which I don't need BNB, or USDT Binance Smart Chain. So I'm actually going to do that. Let's see um, how much USDT I have right now. I have 0 USDT, just to show before I do that. Now I'm going to go to PPT. I'm going to swap here. I'm going to change that to USDT, max that out right there, and then confirm, and got it. And so what this allows you to do is the whole process, you don't need an exchange. Now, for those that are wanting to and a bit more technical, I use an exchange. I use actually the official exchange that the pop ecosystem is partnered with called Nevix, and I'll do more of a training and tutorial on that, but you don't have to for those that are not technical. And now we have the PPT reduced or actually gone, and now we have 87 USDT. And I think we all love USDT. We can do whatever we need to with USDT, transfer it anywhere and conduct business and all of that stuff. So now you've gone through a whole process. Oh my God, we're at 49 people. Can we get our first Zoom to over 50 people? Do you think we can make that happen, guys? Let's get your teammates to know that these Zooms will be happening regularly, and on every Zoom there'll be something to learn. Wait a second. Was that $400? Wait, wasn't it 200 and something? Is that right? Right. So I think I have to watch it. Yeah, so this is increasing around the clock. And the reason why, if you're wondering how is this, I gotta look at wasn't this 275 or something? And now it's like 400 because what's happening is whenever you do a staking, it's at a certain time your next earning comes. And also at that time, your sponsor gets a check match on it. So because I have a growing team, there's a lot of different stakings around the clock, around the day, and every 24 hours, all of us gets paid, meaning that there's a commission triggered for me and all the other leaders that have been sharing this opportunity. We are earning around the clock, and so that's what's happening here is all of the deposits that have been made. Oh my God, we just crossed 50 people on our Zoom. Can we get some 777s in the chat? Or I guess it should have been 50. But I'm very, very delighted to be here with you guys to celebrate, the growth of our teams because it's happening in real time. It's happening right in front of your eyes. Now, lightly, let me cover the referral program for those that are interested. You do not have to do the referral program. You can be just very happy with this different staking, which a lot of people are. The 10-day, 30-day, which by the way, 30 days, 15% a month. This is 18% a month, 24% a month, 30% a month. Now, if you like this for yourself, what I say is let people decide for themselves. If the person that shared this with me would have thought, I don't know, would Sal be interested? I don't know. If they decided for me and they didn't give me the opportunity to look at this and make a decision for myself, I wouldn't have the blessing that this opportunity is in my life, in my family's life. So please don't be selfish. Just let people decide for themselves. Not only will they be blessed, should they be interested in working on this project, but also you yourself will get a matching daily commission. And it's a beautiful model, one that I think is a hidden gem of a comp plan because it is not immediately aggressive. It is gradual and it begins to grow momentum and it gets bigger day by day. Unlike other comp plans where it's like very volatile. One day you might make 500, the next day you might make 50, and the next day you might make 300, and the next day you might make $25 because of it might be a match on deposit. This comp plan is a match on your team's daily earnings, which also means every day they earn, you earn. Isn't that a wonderful feeling knowing that the only reason that you made that commission is because your teammates has made income that day that they can withdraw. So everyone starts out with zero rank or rank zero, where they get 15% direct match of their team's daily earnings, well, which is only their direct. So meaning that if you refer me and I stake $1,000 for the 360 days, I will be making $10 a day. You'll make 15% matching on my $10, which is $1.50 a day. Now, in order to become the first rank and unlock level 2 and below, you need to achieve two things. One, 3 direct referrals with your referral link could be as little as $100 signups, but collectively as a team, you would need 30,000 team volume. And what that does is unlocks 10% more on level 1, making level 1 15% for all directs, plus 10, 25% on level 1, and level 2 and below is 10% until the last person on your team or until you hit another P1 rank. This is a unilevel differential or what's known as a gap comp plan or coded comp plan if you're more old school and technical. So in order to become the next rank and go from 10% differential to 19%, you need to build up your leaders. You need to have two separate teams where there is a P1 ranked leader. It doesn't need to be direct to you. It just needs to be two ranked leaders somewhere on two different legs. And then in order for you to, and that would give you 19%. And then in order for you to reach the next rank, you again need to level up your leaders. You win by helping your teammates win. And so let's run an example and then we'll close out, which is if you referred someone that staked $1,000 at 1% a day, they would be making $10 a day. You yourself, as a P1 ranked leader and as that person is direct to you, you would make both the 15% direct plus P1 rank percentage, which is 25% of their daily income, which they're making $10 a day. So you're making $10 times 25%, $2.50 a day. Now, in other comp plans, you might get a 10% kickback of their deposit, meaning on their 1,000, you might make $100, within 24 hours. That's where this is a hidden gem because sure, that guy might have made $100 from recruiting a $1,000 referral. You the next day made $2.50. And they might say, hey, look, your comp plan's not that good. But that's the big difference. And that's what's allowing for this kind of results that I can make 500 one day and know that roughly I'm going to make 500 again the next day because 80% of the people in the company is doing 360-day staking, meaning for 360 days that they're going to get paid. And also for 360 days, there's going to be a commission triggered that will pay us and whoever qualifies for that differential. And the next day, because more staking, more volumes being done, it's not only roughly 500, it tends to be more. And you can see that in our team Telegram as I'm posting my results every single day. So that is the way that the comp plan works. And ultimately, you have this $2.50 per day over the course of the 360 days amounts to $900 versus a quick 10% of the deposit, which might be 100, or even if it's 20% kickback, that's 200 compared to 900 over time from that one staking of 1,000 from that one person who might recruit, who might add more funds, who might compound. You never know. But what you know for sure is that they have done one staking, and if that's for 360 days, they'll get paid and you'll get paid a matching commission override. So with that being said, I want to invite all of you guys to begin your journey if you have not. But more than that, I want you to take a deeper look to see what is in front of you, which is an opportunity that I personally have not seen in my experience, which is seeing something that is validated not just by the company, but the industry standard of crypto, which is coin market cap. So that is what we have here, is something that opens up to anyone and everyone that wants to engage here. You're more than welcome to start. For a long time, I've been searching for something I can be proud to bring, and this has come to us at a time where I and many others that I know need something to rebuild ourselves. And if you're in that position, then you have a ticket to rebuilding yourself, both on the passive side, and then guess what? Sweat equity and creativity leads to limitless income. I have met someone at the South Korea event that is making $20,000 a day. There aren't anyone like that in the non-Southeast Asian markets. It's basically the few people that are making just over $1,000 a day. Nobody's broken. I don't think anyone's even broken $2,000 a day, let alone some crazier numbers. And it's up to us. And one final thought experiment that I'll leave you with is just think about the timing that you're in. How many people in your circle, other than the person that brought it to you, have known about this opportunity, brought it to you, or talked about it? Sometimes we have those opportunities where everyone is talking about it from the beginning. There's a lot of buzz and hype around it. This was not one of those. And it was underground, slowly gradually, for a long time, I felt very much alone. I was like, why is no one else seeing this project? And with some few key leaders that have now started to engage, we're starting to bring in so many different markets. And so now you guys are getting a chance to go into your markets with an already proven model that's working in Southeast Asia, where there are people making crazy life-changing money, and bring it to your markets where there aren't any people that know about it, because this is something that has a lot more depth to it, a lot more points, a lot of understandings that people go through to realize the hidden gem that it is. And it's up to you to bring it to them. And I'll be here same time tomorrow. I want to keep these under an hour so we can come together on a daily basis. You can use the same link, you can invite your teammates. Another giveaway tomorrow, and we'll start to build up the momentum here on a fixed schedule, so you guys know that you can always send your people to this link at this time, and I'll be here, or some guests will be here to do the presentation, and we will do the heavy lifting for you. So all you have to do is intrigue curiosity from your either social media, from your phone contact, WhatsApp, Telegram groups, wherever you have your audience, and point them here, and we'll send them back to you to register. With that being said, let's maximize Pop Max. I'll see you guys at the top, my friends. Peace. See you tomorrow. Bye.